I'd love to welcome everybody to this conference, and I'll start by welcoming each and every one of us and the members of the press. Right now, I'll be listening to the convener of the New Media Conference in person of Oluwatosin Ajibade for a self-introduction.
Me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to the 2025 press briefing for New Media Conference. And we're happy to have you all today. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So right now, I'll be introducing the members of the high table. On my extreme right, we have Miss Precious. Okay. Precious, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. Eniayekon, the lead creative for Reveal Consults. Then we have, on my extreme left, Ms. Bolaji Ajayi, creative entrepreneur for Buzz and Bands. Then we have the CEO and convener of Pentaville in person of Mr. Olufemi Oguntamo. Then the reason why we're here, we have the convener of the New Media Conference in person of Ms. Oluwatosin Ajibade.
All right. Good morning, everyone, once again, and welcome to the 2025 press briefing for New Media Conference. It's a new beginning, it's a new day, it's a new dawn, and that's the reason why we are hosting members of the press today to talk about the plans for 2025. So to start with what we have done so far, I'll pass the microphone to Bolaji Salami so that she can, address us. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning, actually good afternoon again, everyone, and thank you for honoring our invitation. Thank you for honoring our invitation. It is such a pleasure to, have you all here. I would also like to mention, because I was expecting the MC to say that everybody on this table has played a crucial part in the success of the New Media Conference. Everybody, from day one. It's been 10 years, and we're here today. All right, so real quick, we'll just quickly show you how far we've come, the journey so far from 2015. It's on the screen. That's 2015. The first edition, it was held at Terra Culture. Tosin, remember? You remember clearly? You too? As well. Precious. You as well. Day one. It was a beautiful experience, and it shaped a lot of things. I think it's also important to note that this happened at a time when conferences were not so popular. It was like the era of a new dawn. It was something else, and for me, it created a new pathway for me. It created a lot of opportunities for me. I believe it did the same for every other person as well on this table, and we look forward to doing even greater things, in future with everybody and you all here as well too. So that was the first edition we held at Terra Culture. That was Terra Culture. That's the first year. The next edition was in 2016. It was Business Unusual, nurturing a more vibrant new media industry in Nigeria. That was held at 4 Points by Sheraton in Oniru. That was 2016. The next one held in 2017, also at 4 Points. We had 4 Points for a while, yeah. That was, I remember this as well, to Excellence in New Media Practice. It was also a beautiful experience as well. We had a lot of support. The turnout was also impressive. The next one, okay, in that same year, I think that was also when the school debates were introduced. So basically, Tosin wanted a scenario where we could, carry on the next generation as well. So it wasn't just about us doing things, but we also found ways to create mentorship avenues, basically, to ensure that we engage the next generations, basically. So that was why this was introduced, amongst so many other things. So it wasn't just about, us trying to, spark conversations, create disruptions. It was also about grooming the next generation as well, to creating a pathway and then ensuring that they had support, guidance, and then proper understanding, of new media, because as we all know, new media keeps evolving. So this was the first edition. It was held at CIS then in Lekki in 2017. Then that same year as well, too, the Kenyan edition, the first international edition anyway, also held as well. So that was also in Kenya. We have even more interesting news, this updates. We'll get to that anyways. Don't let me leak anything. That was 2017 as well too. And then we had another edition in 2018, Connecting the Dots. I remember this as well too. This was at Glitz Events Center. The next edition was in 2019. It was also at Glitz as well too. It was a beautiful one. And then the almighty year, COVID happened in 2020, so we took a break then, and we revamped the whole thing again in 2022. This was in the form of our debates as well too. This was held, I think, around Abijo.
The school debate.
Yes, the school debate. Yeah, it was in Abijo in 2022, and then the conference itself held that same year as well in British Council. It was another beautiful one as well too. And then last year there was the school debates, also in Abijo as well too. So simply we need to move to the mainland this year. That was last year. AI will replace humans. It was also a beautiful outing. Sorry, 2023. Oh my God, 2023. That same year as well too, the school debates was taken. The team took it a step further. We introduced a means for people to experience, for the students actually to experience, what they had been talking about and what new media actually looks like in real life outside of what they experience on their mobiles and devices, So there was a visit to the Microsoft African Development Center, and it was fully interactive and very, very engaging. It was a beautiful experience for everyone involved then. And then last year, there was another school debate as well too. That was with that was also on the island agility, and that's basically it. So now we'll be talking about this year. Thank you, everyone, for
All right, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Okay, so my name is Olufemi Ogutamu. I'm the CEO of Pensaview. And it's my pleasure being here today. I've known the convener for New Media Conference for years. And I would say that I think I'm one of the few people in this room that knew her before the brand Olori Supergirl. And at some point, the brand had grown so much that there was now a turning point, which was when she started New Media Conference. And like you mentioned, New Media Conference started when I would say that the digital age was just getting recognized. It was a period where we knew that there was a shift, right, in conversation from traditional media to new media. And she was one of the frontiers for that. And I remember vividly the first edition, which was at Terra Culture of Victoria Island. And when she mentioned it now, I just remembered, it was a long time ago. I think that was 2015, yes. It was a long time ago. And she was, like I mentioned, she was one of the frontiers for the new digital age. And it was a huge success. And then from there to 2016 to 2017, now we're in 2025. I particularly also remembered how the New Media Conference also, went Pan-African, went to Kenya at the time, and I think you partnered with an agency in Kenya at the time. So I've seen the journey personally over the past 10 years, and I also I was aware of the how New Media Conference also started involving the young generation via school debates and all of that. So it feels like a baby that we all, saw growing, yeah. And I'm glad that finally we are here and the journey just started. I'm also very much ready to hear the latest announcements, right? And what 2025 would bring forth for New Media Conference. So thank you everyone for coming. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
So the new media conference is happening again this year, and is a testament to the past 10 years, gathering media personnel from various countries in Africa, to have a broader conversation on the ecosystem, on media as a whole, the future of new media in Nigeria and in Africa. So I cannot wait for the big announcement, but after the big announcement, I cannot contribute to the conversation. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Good afternoon again. Good afternoon once again, everybody, and thank you for coming. So I will just go straight to why we are here, and for the New Media Conference, of course, it started 10 years ago. This was 2015, and when this conversation started, we didn't know where it was going to, but we knew we needed something like this in the industry that we are in. And the fact that when social media started already at that time, it was at a phase where people also needed to learn, also to know, to network, and also to find solutions to the problems that we're even facing at that time. And over the past 10 years, we've had 12 editions in Lagos, in Nairobi, and we've also sparked debates in secondary schools. I mean, we can all testify that everyone below the age of 18 has an iPhone or has a phone or has access to the internet. So we cannot deny ourselves, or we cannot try to be ignorant to say that they are not exposed to the things that are on the internet today. So how can we curb, how can we help to curb that part, or what can we do to, also be a part or create impact in the society, which is why we started the school debate in 2017, where we had our first school debate session, and so far we've done it in 6 schools. We've also had a visit to British Council, where we had the New Media Conference 2022. The students also came for the event at the British Council, and then in 2023, when we had the school debate, we also had a visit to the Microsoft African Development Center in Ikoyi, also to continue the conversations outside the school environment. So this year we are moving further, and so we are moving further this year. So one of the key highlights in this journey for NMC is the introduction of the school debate, which I just talked about. And last year, when we had this school debate for the first time last year, we also rewarded the schools that were involved 1 million naira, cash prize to invest in their ICT departments for their schools. Like I said, it's giving back and also creating impact in the society. So this initiative was born out of our commitment, to involve the young generation in the transformative journey of digital media. And through this platform, we have empowered students to engage critically with real-world issues and envision the future of media from their unique perspectives. The New Media Conference has not only influenced industry standards, but it has also created a space where both emerging talent and seasoned professionals can connect, collaborate, and also drive innovation. It has also broadened the horizons of young minds, encouraging them to dream bigger and also aim higher in the fields of media and technology. So this year, NMC promises to be bigger, bolder, and even more impactful. We are bringing together pioneers, trailblazers, and forward-thinking minds from both the foundational stage of the industry to the newest disruptors. Together, they will share insights, strategies, and stories that reflect the past, present, and future of new media. So whether you're a newbie, or whether you're a newbie taking the first steps, or an OG who has been in the game since the early days, the New Media Conference 2025 is the conversation where we have ideas that will be born and the next wave of digital transformation that will be shaped. So for this year, we invite you all to be part of this momentum, experience. And of course, we have to stay tuned for more, information on our website, which is newmediaconference.africa, where you can get all the information that you'll be needing. So for the big announcement, are we ready? Okay. All right. So there's no drum roll, but drum roll. Okay. So for the big announcements, the theme for this year is a decade of disruptors. That's what the theme for this year is. Like we said, we are celebrating a decade. We've done 10 years, but we have done 12 editions of this event over the past 10 years. So the theme for this year is a decade of disruptors. And the second announcement that will also follow up with this is the fact that we are introducing one new city. We've done this. We've had this event in Lagos. We've had it in Nairobi, and we're taking this event to Accra, Ghana. This 2025. Yes. So this year we are taking it to Accra, Ghana, which will be the. Sorry. All right. So we are going to Accra this year for the event. So for the Lagos dates. Can I go on? Yeah, for the Lagos dates, we're having the Lagos edition on September 27, 2025, which is the Lagos edition. In October, we'll be having the school debate. Same October, we'll be having the Nairobi edition, and then November, we'll be having the Accra edition. So that's the timeline for the New Media Conference, celebrating 10 years, celebrating the decade, and of course, we are disrupting one city at a time. Thank you. All right. Yes, so we are open for questions. Yes. So can someone help with the microphone?
Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Kehinde Ajose, and I have several questions running through my mind. Number one, what are the lessons you've learned over the years running this? Number two, why are you expanding to Africa? And then, what else? So how has it been? What are the major challenges you've had over the years, and what lessons have you learned from those challenges?
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, thank you. So I'll take the first question. You asked that what are the challenges over the years. So one of the challenges we've had is sponsorship. That's a very major challenge that we've faced over the years. I also want to use the opportunity to say thank you to the sponsors that have been on board, for the previous editions that we've had. The first year we had New Media Conference, it was an election year. It was also the year of fuel scarcity. It was a year of, I could have just said no. In short, I said no, but my mentor said, even if you cancel, you are going to spend double of that money for a new date. That was when we went ahead with the first edition. So 2015 was not even a great time to even have to start this, era or this event that we have here today after 10 years. So I could have said no at the beginning because it was a very, very tough period. So one of the challenges so far is sponsorship, because we need money to run this. And again, the platform is open to receiving sponsors, partnerships. There is something for everybody. Like, we are not just reaching the working class area, we're also reaching the new minds, like the students, secondary school through debate. So we have like different audiences, different age groups that brands can actually connect with. So we're actually open to sponsorship for this year's edition. Yes. The second question. No, you asked two questions.
I just want to add to. So how would you measure the growth of the industry when you guys started out and to this moment? The growth of the industry when you started out, then to this moment. I know the industry was still growing then, it was still basically still fresh, and comparing to this moment, then what would you say are the lessons, are the milestones, things you've achieved over the years?
Okay, so the first question is the challenges. No.
How the industry has evolved.
Okay, the growth of the industry. Yes. So, like we met, when Bolaji was in her presentation, she said when New Media Conference started, we didn't have conferences like this at that time. Everybody was looking for something to learn from. Is it that you go for summits or you go for workshops or master classes? People wanted something that they could use to grow and all. And again, not everybody had access to going outside for summits or traveling out of the country for conferences. So this was our own part of, contributing to the industry that we are in. So far, the growth has been tremendous. Back then most of us that started back then, Moji Delano, Eileen, back then, and these are this.
In perspective, it's almost like how AI is today now. A lot of people still don't fully grasp the possibility of AI rather, but at the same time we can see the growth, we can see the prospects. I feel like in 5 years, it's just that adopt it today effectively, that would make a difference and then stand out. Basically, the possibilities are endless. Same thing too with social media, and then new media itself too. I think new media is actually more encapsulating of everything. I think you need to also add to this. This is our
I actually think that they've answered the questions, but what I'm going to add is the same thing. I think that back then we didn't have a lot of people that had access to will I use the word element or the technical know-how, right, of new media or social media. At the time, we were transitioning from traditional media to new media. So that was why I used the word, they were the frontiers at the time. And then it was now a case of teaching you basic things now, things that we consider as sponsored ads, or, algorithms, platforms. All those things were kind of like big deals at the time. So over the years, we can tell that conversations has evolved beyond the basic of social media, of new media, and I'm sure that for every year from 2015 to 2025, the conversations has been different and it's been evolving. For gradually. Now we are in the, I will use the word, we are in a stage where everybody is savvy, tech-wise, right? So much more than even AI conversation. There are a lot of conversations that are ongoing, that everybody now is online. There's streaming platforms, there are conversations around AI, there are conversations around how to content creation, there are conversations around monetization, optimization, SEO, and this conversation now, people are open to it. Like it's not a case of, I feel like if you go online now, you can literally read up on anything and get better. So now, if you ask me, I'm not the convener for New Media Conference, but I would say that from this journey, from 2015 to now, till date rather, I would say that the conversation now will be more futuristic. Because again, it's now a case of what happens in the next 5 years, what happens in the next 10 years. And she's mentioned that people that tap into the conversation now are the ones that will I use the word reap, the fruit. So she's going to, shed more light, but in my own understanding, I would say that a lot has happened from 2015 till now. At the time, conversations around how well to harness your social media, how to grow your page, how to get followers, your algorithm, how to understand new platforms. At the time, Twitter, Facebook were still fresh. Not that they were new, Instagram, they were fresh, right? And people were just trying to understand how to sell on these platforms. So those are the conversations that we had at New Media Conference over the years. But now it's a serious business. Now you need to start discussing tools, you need to start discussing monetization. Everybody's making money off it, the how, right? So it's not about the platforms now, it's about how you can now evolve beyond owning these platforms. Thank you.
Okay. So to add more again to that, I remember when the conversation also shifted. The year 2020 was when we had the theme, the viral economy. And virality was everywhere, from TikTok to sounds to music. You know, the COVID year, during the presentation, you saw that there was a break because 2020 actually shifted everything. It changed everything. When we came back 2022, the virality had actually gone beyond our expectation. And then we had the theme called the viral economy, where we had, even Penza was one of our panelists at that time, conversations, even for content creators on TikTok, on platforms, you definitely see that they had gone viral. Things are changed. Now, that is between 2020 and 2025. Between that year already, we have artificial intelligence that has also taken over the space. Now, when we started the conversation 2023 with AI, we took it to the schools. It was the theme for the school debates that we had. So the conversations, everything, the growth over the years is changing, like per second, per minute, it's changing. So how can you, that is watching, or how can anyone who is listening right now be a part of this? How can you, also jump on this? Because the world is moving. So it's best that this is the best time to actually join the movement. Yes. Milestones. We shared some of the information already on the screen. The school debate has been tremendous because when you ask the challenges too, I think school debate is also one of those challenges. We will send emails, reach out to schools, even visit schools. The timeline of schools, we're not working with our timeline. And right now, we're actually trying to see what we can do at the upper level. We don't want to do private anymore. We want to go public, like in terms of schools. So we are trying to go like the upper level. But those were part of the challenges that we had, the setbacks that we had also too, because some schools, the timeline were not the same as what would want, which is the reason why we've had the school debates towards the end of the year. Last year, December, we had the school debate in December. 2 years ago, we had it in November. 2022, we had it in September or October. The timeline is just always different. So these are the things that actually just, affects us over. Yeah. I thought you had the question.
Good afternoon. My voice is not loud because I'm hungry. So, I just want to... Okay, my name is Janiola Daniel, and I report for the Guardian newspaper, and I'm also a media consultant. So, my question, you've asked about the milestones, but I want to ask, what are the impacts on the lives of some of the attendees? I want to know the impact, the influence, or the achievement so far. And secondly, you'll be going to 3 different countries. That is a lot. Okay, you will be doing 3 different countries. And that is actually a lot in time of economic downturn in Nigeria. So, again, what are the speakers? Who are the speakers for this year editions? Who are the speakers across the country? We have Ghana, we have Kenya, we have Nigeria. Who are the speakers?
Okay, so for this year, like she said, the theme is the decade of disruptors. So, of course, we would expect that the speakers that we would invite for the conference will be disruptors, people that have disrupted their industry across various generations, the Gen X, the Millennials, and the Gen Zs, right? Even Gen Alpha, who knows? But yeah, we don't have a name for speakers yet because obviously we are trying to get, but definitely there are going to be people that have broken the norms, people that just came up, well, they didn't just come up, but people that have disrupted the media space over the years, frontiers, pioneers, disruptors, people that, are disrupting the industry, basically. But we don't have names for speakers yet, yes.
So we'll be announcing the speakers, later. That's military press release in the news. But the reason why we're having this is to announce the city, the reason why what we are doing, and also celebrating the 10 years, the dates. Then your second question.
another question.
Yeah.
Impact on attendees.
Okay, so the impact on attendees. So I'll give you. I think I shared it earlier. So the impact that we've received from the attendees so far has been tremendous. Some of the physical attendees, because before COVID we had a lot of people who would attend, engage, network, and some of the success stories that we had back then was the fact that some of them actually got jobs from the events that they've attended, because we hosted master classes, we also hosted workshops, and these were mini events in the main event that people would attend and also gain knowledge and all. We are actually moving in a fast-paced industry, and people want something that they can take home. It's beyond creating an event and letting people come to attend, and also what is that thing they are taking back home? What is that thing they can actually implement immediately? So the workshops have helped, the master classes have helped, and the fact that people have actually gotten jobs from this, that has just been a great success story for us. And that wasn't a physical testimony. It wasn't something that was written. It was a physical testimony. The lady saw me when we had the British Council event. But the year 2020, when we had the British Council event, was when she told me that she attended the one at 4 Points, and that was how she got a job. So this actually helps to create jobs. Also from the networking phases and all of that, you would definitely have access to some of the speakers that would attend even for this year. I think I did mention the past speakers from the previous years, over the years, and of course they are still doing so well in the industry. Yeah. Okay.
I think I should add to that. I feel like that's the impact for the previous editions, but I feel for this year's own, we are going to be exposing people to futuristic trends in the media space, right? We've done 10 years of impact in the new media space, and we are looking forward to the next 10 years, right? So we're going to go deeper into how AI and other futuristic trends would affect the industry, and have conversations as a community. Also create a community out of the New Media Conference.
Okay, so I think I also want to add to what Eniola mentioned. He said we're going to the other cities, and I would just share when we went to Nairobi, Kenya, when we started the conversation in Nairobi, Kenya. We did it in conjunction with Ayiko PR, which is Ayiko Owoko, who was our partner in for the 2017 edition when we had it, and that has also helped us open a new frontier. Like, they've actually welcomed us with what we had, and they also wanted more, which is the reason why we are going back to Nairobi, and also announcing the new city, which is Accra, Ghana. We've been having conversations, since 2023, but now we've just solidified the plans that we'll be having for this year, which is why we announced Accra as our new city. Yes, thank you.
Hi, my name is Olesmi Jomojalade, and I attended the New Media Conference in 2018, fresh out of uni. I studied journalism, and I actually wanted to be a newscaster or something then. I think I was in National Broadcasting Academy or so, by head of the New Media Conference, and I attended. On that day, we had a lot of speakers. I cannot remember, but I can remember, I think Mayowa, she was a radio presenter then, and then Dotun was also there, and they were talking about the business behind actual journalism. And right there and then, we also had people talk about the new media at that time, which was blogging and social media influencers, like the influencer marketing. And that was when my interest shifted. Right in the conference, I knew I wasn't going to be interested in doing broadcast anymore. And on that same day, I actually got an internship with OSG Media. She taught me digital marketing, influencer marketing. I'm currently a social media strategist, and I've been doing that for how many years now? 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, so 6 years, 6-7 years now. That's what I've been doing so far up until today. It's been a great experience. I do not regret shifting careers. I've been able to jump onto new trends and all of that, shifted career over the course of the years, and I'm pretty, how do I put it, appreciative of where I am today, and I have that conference I attended in 2018 to 10 for.